This is Lacey Lively with the City of College Station. This morning, I brought on Long Range Planning Administrator Alyssa Halle-Schramm. Welcome.
Hey, Lacey. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, so I heard that this month is National Community Planning Month, and y'all have some awards that you also got. That's a big deal.
Yes, thanks, Lacey. We're excited. Every October is Community Planning Month, so that is celebrated both on the national level and then here locally. It's really a time for us to recognize our citizen engagement and planning efforts, our planning and zoning commissioners, our city council, and then also our professional planning staff and planning and development services who are all working, to better the community, put forth innovative and interesting planning ideas, and try to make College Station a really great place that everybody wants to come visit and live and play and go to school, of course.
I love that, because I think a lot of people, I've heard this with different planners, it's like, y'all aren't here to plan events. Y'all aren't planning things like that. You're planning the future of College Station.
Yes.
All the time. And
we get that question a lot too. Is this event planning? And it's like, no, it's actually city planning, although we do events as well. Like we do events for the public to come tell us what they think the city should be like in the future.
Because you want that feedback.
Correct.
So whenever you see, and we're going to talk about that this morning, whenever you see opportunities to come speak, we want your feedback. And then because if you don't come speak or vote on an issue or things like that, then you can't complain about it.
Right, that's the quiet part, right?
Yes. No. So I know, let's talk about your awards and what those were for.
Yes, we're excited to announce that we just won 2 awards for our city comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan is the city's guiding vision for how we're going to grow and change over the next 20 years. And I just want to be clear, it's not our department's plan. It is a citywide plan. Every department touched this plan, helped shape it, and citizens gave hundreds of hours of input over multiple years and community engagement events. So really is the city's plan. We're excited that both the statewide level with the Texas American Planning Association, and then also the regional level with the Central Texas American Planning Association, both recognized our comprehensive plan. So that's a pretty big deal, and we're very excited about it.
Congratulations. And I also want to say, so what kind of things are they looking for in this award consideration?
Yeah, so they look at really kind of a myriad of criteria. It's everything from how innovative is your plan, how forward-thinking is it, to what was your community engagement process like? Did you intentionally go out and engage the public? Did you try to reach groups who don't historically participate in planning processes, who may be hard to reach, like students on campus, may not associate themselves kind of with the city.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure we were really intentional about engaging all these groups. So there was a set of criteria that they ranked different plans on, and we're really excited to have one at both the statewide and regional levels.
That is really awesome. And if you're curious and seeing what the plan is, if you didn't know about it, it's the first time hearing about it, go to cstx.gov/comp plan, and you can see the beautiful document.
Yes, and largely thanks to our public communications team for making such a beautiful document, because if it was me, it'd be a Word document.
One of our designers, she had taken the photos and designing it. And honestly, all the planning, the forethought and planning in the organization that you and your team had was extremely helpful in the process. And so honestly, go cstx.gov/comp plan. You can check that out. And then speaking of citizen engagement opportunities, I know you have 2 items coming to council soon.
We do, yes. So there are 2 items coming forward, and they're named similarly, so I'm going to contrast what they are. The first one is a shared housing ordinance, and that is to create a new shared housing use. And that is really an item that we've been talking about with City Council for about 2 years, that is trying to address neighborhood integrity and different conflicts we have in neighborhoods of product types that are kind of locally called either stealth dorms or ag shacks, and what those products going farther and farther into neighborhoods, kind of that change that happens in a neighborhood. So we're working to define what a shared housing use is, and then we will also by defining what it is, we can define where it would go. And so to contrast, we're defining the use, so the shared housing is a use, and then we will specify what zoning districts it can go within. So use and zoning are 2 different things.
Right.
But by defining the use, we can say where it goes.
Okay.
So that's going forward to City Council on October 13th.
Right.
If citizens are interested, or really anybody interested to sign up to speak, they can go to the City Secretary Office website or page on our website and sign up to speak. There is a citizen comment portion to every city council meeting. You get about 3 minutes to, say whether you're for or against something, and have your voice heard through that process. You can also submit written comments as well, and there's a way to do that on the website.
Yes, and there's actually, I'm full of virtual URLs, but cstx.gov/CSO, City Secretary's Office. You can go there, and that's where you can submit your written comments or sign up to speak. So you need to sign up to speak. Or you can show up early and sign up to speak as well. And I hope people know that, like, you can come and speak on anything for your 3 minutes at all for a council meeting, for council, and for on record. So.
Correct.
Fun fact.
Yes, fun facts indeed.
Yeah, fun facts.
So that one, the shared housing use, is our first portion, and that's going on October 13th.
Okay.
And then we're also working on creating a new middle housing zoning district. So as I said before, there's use and zoning. Mm-hmm. This is a zoning district that would allow shared housing uses, but that would also allow a more flexible mix of housing types as well. So this is everything from a very, very small lot, single family, to duplexes, townhouses, all the way up to small and medium multiplexes. So that's like a 4-plex, 5-plex, all the way up to a 12-plex. So essentially a smaller scale apartment building. So this flexible zoning district would allow developers to come in, rezone a piece of property, and then build any of these different products on there. So it's meant to allow more housing choices in specific strategic areas of the city.
Okay, and then is that the same night?
No, that is actually the following city council meeting.
Okay,
that'll
perfect.
be on October 27th. And so really they are related items, and there's pieces of that kind of fit together, but they're going to 2 separate council meetings. And again, the citizen engagement process is similar. You can sign up to speak at the podium, or provide written comments online.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like people to know about those 2 things that you kind of heard, or misconceptions or frequently asked questions with these 2 things?
Yeah, some of the frequently asked questions for shared housing is, will this affect a 4-bedroom, 4-bath home, or will this affect a home that maybe meets some of these different shared housing criteria, but is, in Pebble Creek or is in Castlegate on the south side of town? So I just want to clarify that this would not impact a 4-bedroom, 4-bath house. It is really looking at the larger homes, so 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 6-bedroom, 6-bath. We've actually seen an 11-bedroom, 11-bath.
Wow.
And these large, I'm going to say homes with kind of air quotes are really not functioning as single-family homes. And those are the neighborhoods they're going into, are single-family neighborhoods. So by defining this use, we can then say, okay, really this isn't functioning as a single-family house. It's not appropriate in this area. And then I do also want to mention these 11 by 11s are really a product of our market because we haven't allowed anything else. So it's kind of these stealth dorms masking themselves as single family, but really we are hoping that creating this new zoning district will actually allow people to pivot to do a triplex instead of an 11 by 11 house. So having that more flexible mix of uses, we're hoping will help kind of move the market as well.
So giving them areas to do that kind of
stuff. Give them areas and
give
them options of different product types.
Okay. I like it. Mm-hmm. Now, I also know that I've heard about Texas Avenue and University Drive redevelopment. Y'all doing a plan, working on that, as well as Wellburn. Y'all have those 2 plans going on?
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit later this fall and then into winter of 2023. We are launching 2 new planning efforts. As you mentioned, the first one is the Texas and University Redevelopment Plan. So that is right here near City Hall, looking at the intersection of Texas and University, kind of right across from North Point Crossing. There's some uses there, gas station, U-Haul, Fuegos, people are, I'm sure, familiar with. But going all the way down University to the old Albertsons property and like Fire Station 6, and then also coming down Texas all the way here to City Hall site, including the old City Hall, and talking about, what could redevelop on the old City Hall site. That's obviously a big grassy field right now. So really, this is much more of a redevelopment district. So looking at, as there are increasing development pressures to be, close to A&M for jobs or school, what this area could develop into in the future. We're envisioning that is more dense, but what that looks like, how many stories, how many people, what are the impacts on the roadways, those will all be questions and concerns that we're addressing through the small area planning effort.
Okay, and I know you'll have a lot of community engagement processes through that as well. And So one of the things, I mean, because that's the entrance. I mean, University of Texas could be the entrance in the city. So, I mean, y'all are aware of that and looking into that.
Absolutely. And one thing we're interested in talking with the community about is what should that district identity be? Because right now it's kind of a hodgepodge of older, underperforming in some cases, commercial uses and older housing structures. And maybe we could have a more defined identity that, you kind of are driving up University Drive and it feels like you've arrived at the city of College Station and the Texas A&M kind of entrance corridor as well. So that will be part of it, kind of what do we brand this district? Are there signage things that we want to do similar to Northgate where there's kind of a consistent identity of the district? So this is the planning effort, and then a lot of the actions that come out of that would then be kind of what you see on the ground to make that change over time. So on the long range planning side, we're always looking at kind of a 10-year, 20-year horizon. So a lot of this takes years to implement, but we want to know what the citizen vision is today so we can start to put those bigger projects, whether they're, signage or a new sewer line or water line or sidewalk improvements, all of those things in place over the next 10 years or so.
Okay, and then how do people get involved in that if they want to learn more?
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, our website is cstx.gov/small area plans. Okay. And from there, you can actually find all of our small area plans, and I'm going to touch on the other one in just a second. There is a mailing list, email list that you can sign up for to get project updates, and then we will also have a working group. So if you want to be kind of in the weeds with us, meeting on about a monthly basis throughout this plan journey, which is about 9 or 10 months or so, then you can be on that group as well. We will also send postcards around to everybody who lives within this district within the next 2 weeks or so they can expect to see those in the mail. That will then navigate you back to the website to sign up either for the working group or the email list.
That's right. Yes, we did. Those should be hitting mail this week.
Oh, great.
Hopefully, yes, your postcard if you live in this district. So, and I forgot about that. Yeah, you can go in and apply to be on this group. And then if you're just curious and you want to stay updated, you can just sign up for the email list. All free.
Yes, all
easy
free
to sign up.
And we'll have multiple public input events throughout. Really, they'll kick off in December and then go through the spring of next year. And so we'll also put all that out through local media and on our city social media as well.
Yes.
So if you aren't on one of those lists, you can still we'll get the word out publicly. I do want to quickly mention as well, our other small area planning effort will be an update to our Wellborn Community Plan. So about 12 years ago, the former community of Wellborn was annexed into the city of College Station.
Yes.
And that was a contentious process. And as part of that, the city worked with citizens to create a plan for the community of what residents who lived in Wellborn envisioned for the next 10 years. So we're at that end of that plan lifespan right now. It ends in 2023. So we're now kicking off a project to re-engage the community, touch base, see what's changed in the last 10 years, see kind of what new development pressures there are in the area, and then talk with residents to see, does it make more sense for potentially a few more commercial uses, or does everyone want it to stay the way it is, and have that conversation in a public way. Those meetings will be kicking off after the holidays, so in January of 2023. But the same thing as the other one, the postcards will be going out this week to help everyone navigate to the website, get signed up for the email list and the working group if they want to be really involved.
So 2 separate things, 2 separate working groups based on, where you live. If you're interested, sign up for email list. And that is all cstx.gov/small area plans.
That's correct.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Lacey. And thank you for letting me cover so many topics all at once.
For sure. And with that, that's stuff you don't usually see.